I have some other friends that have practices that are in the same boat as you, that you've kind of realized health insurance is a racket, probably for most people. Now, what I do believe we all need it, because if something catastrophic happens,
Right.
you're in trouble,
Yeah.
right? You get hit by a car, you have a heart attack. There are reasons for it. And I do believe there are some medical doctors that are out there doing what their job is. I have not found in the last decade myself personally that the family practice practitioners, the normal run of the mill ones that you're going to find are covered by your health insurance, are doing things necessarily for the right reasons. Now, don't come after me, doctors. This is my own personal experience and many others that I've talked to as well. But where are you at on that?
Kind of back to your, why is medicine the way it is now? Why are certain people followers or take direction when maybe morally they think maybe it's not the right thing to be doing, but they do it anyway?
Right.
I don't know, I've heard this, it might be wrong, but that you can pretty much divide everyone into 3 categories. There's 30% that are followers. There's 30% that are kind of always on the fence, and then that can be swayed either way. And then there's 30% that lead the way.
Yeah, pioneers.
The pioneers now, that can be positive or negative.
Sure.
And in the world of COVID, those differentiations really started to become very clear.
Right.
And COVID became a moral, it was more of in some ways a moral pandemic.
Right.
Because
I agree.
Our society became so fearful, but they were so lied to.
Right.
And when you mix fears and lie, it's like, what is it? False evidence appearing real is what fear is.
Right.
So that's what I believe.
Right.
But there was a lot of people that did wake up to the fact that
I think it served a purpose for some.
That their reality was not true. What they thought doctors were supposed to be there for them, they learned they weren't, or they were pushing them to do something that they weren't comfortable with. But so was business. They were mandating vaccinations and
it's not just the medical world.
No.
It was eye-opening across the board.
Yes.
Where I think for me personally, it really made me start looking deeper at everything was on the medical side. I already had my economic beliefs, my business beliefs. I would even say for the most part, my political beliefs. I think what was eye-opening was how much all of that is controlled by each other. Like they shouldn't be that connected, and it was.
Big pharma and government, it's become a technocracy,
right,
where big pharma has with technology have come in and basically they've overrun the medical schools.
Right.
So all of our new doctors are being trained under one, kind of the Rockefeller medicine mindset.
Right.
And what that's done is it's completely pushed out all the natural therapies. They purposely did this back in 1900. I don't know what year it was, but it was early 1900s when chiropractors and naturopaths, they were the ones people went to.
Right. I mean, there's and I say this, I'm Native American. The witch doctor's got a lot more, or the head, what's the head medicine guy of the Indian tribes? He's not a witch doctor. He's a
Lord.
Shaman, maybe.
That
but
sounds
I mean,
right.
even all of those,
Shaman. Mm-hmm.
all of those guys healed way more than coming in and sticking people with whatever vaccines and shots and whatever else.
It's just changed the way that medical education now. It's like they've indoctrinated,
schools,
decades of doctors and physicians to think one way, and then we've suddenly got this peer-reviewed medicine mindset where everything has to be science-based on journals and studies, and that's great. But so many of these journals and studies are influenced by special interests,
right?
Or there's money behind them.
Right.
That is, it's not real science.
Right.
It's designed
science
to sell drugs, and push people toward therapies that don't work. I mean, we've got cures for cancer.
Right.
They're out there.
Right.
But they're hidden.
Right. There's no way
Right.
you don't
No.
at this point. We are way too smart.
No.
And it's going to take an Elon type person in the medical field to say, I don't give a crap what all the rest of you are saying or doing. I don't care if I ruffle your feathers. I don't care if I piss you off. I'm going to go save your astronauts because you couldn't do it, government. I'll do it.
Yeah.
And it's going to take someone like that in the world of medicine to say, I'm going to go ahead and show everyone the cure for cancer. I don't care if you get pissed off, government, who's also being controlled by, the big pharma and all of that.
So the problem, that's a beautiful thing. I would love to see that person
Right.
show up, but the problem is many of those people have shown up,
And
but
then
they've been the small person, and usually they're eliminated.
I was going to say, and then Hillary takes care of them.
They're eliminated.
Yeah.
They are disappeared.
Yeah, they are disappeared. That's a good word for it.
They are-
Suicided.
Whether it's and some people are just like with Peter McCullough, he came out early.
Oh, yeah.
and he was completely torn apart
Yep.
by his own hospital system because he went against the narrative.
Yep.
But he is now one of the leaders in and working in what I hope to be a new way of medicine. Like there's a new
Since COVID, really.
yeah,
a new
all
push.
in the last 5 years.
Right.
There's been a coming together of minds that have been censored and they've been politically chastised. They've been targeted.
Right.
In all kinds of
And
horrible
lost
ways.
everything that they've worked for
Lost
however
everything
many years. Yes.
because they told the truth.
Right.
And they fought the system.
Right.
Now they've all of us, I would say myself included, we found each other.
Good.
And there is a big society of us that are trying to pave the way to real dialogue and
Right.
and natural therapies and showing people, if they'll look, that there are cures for this, that, and the other. I mean, I'm still discovering these things myself, and it's so exciting. I just wish I had more hours in the day.
Yeah.
Because I'm reading new things and learning new things. I try this stuff on myself.
Right.
I mean,
I know. I send you podcasts all the time. I'm like, have you taken this? Can I take
Yeah.
it? What's this? Let's take this together.
Yeah, your peptide
Yeah.
podcast was fantastic, and I had never heard of that guy. But
Oh, yeah.
he was fabulous, and he
Yes.
just reassured in all the training I've had that, yes,
Right.
I'm on the right path. It's like this new world is coming around. It's just the majority of the population is just now beginning to see that,
Right.
that they want that or
Well,
that they
and,
need that.
and those podcasts like that and what we're trying to do here just to give people access, because I fought the podcast, not obviously talking's never been my problem, but listening for years. Everyone would be like, oh, do you listen to this podcast? And they're all listening to like, what is all the murder mystery and all those true crime
True crime.
podcasts and all that. And I'm like, I don't have time to read a book. And if I do, I'm going to read a fiction book for my brain to go the other way. But I've now jumped, if I'm listening to a podcast, it is educating me on something, or it's giving, not everything, like, again, a lot of it might be opinion or their own experience. But if somebody has a story to tell that could be similar to my own and could help me, then sharing is the most amazing thing that they could do for any of us, right? Like you said, if you had the cure for cancer, wouldn't you share it? Well, I would and you would, but we know there's a lot of people out there who wouldn't.